Prince Harry is back in the UK, and among those paying tribute to his late grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, on the first anniversary of her passing. And joining us now to talk more about this is royal expert Patricia Treble. As we're saying off the top of the show, Patricia, hard to believe it's been 1 year.
I can't believe it. I mean, look, we all saw her getting frailer and frailer as the days went on in 2022. When she went out on the balcony for Platinum Jubilee, I remember thinking, is that the last time we were going to see her? Mm-hmm. You could tell she was really struggling. So Crown experts called it the inevitable. But I think it caught everyone off guard because, look, 2 days before, she was switching out prime ministers. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, I mean, she did her duty right up to the end, which is what she wanted. She didn't want, you know, like everyone, you want a good death. And I think that for her, this was exactly what it is. But it is bittersweet, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It sure is. It sure is.
Patricia, how is the anniversary being marked by the King, King Charles, and the royal family today?
Mm-hmm. So, 3 spots. So you've got the King and the Queen are in Balmoral, which is where his mother died. They're doing exactly the tradition that she set. And so for 70 years, she was always with where her father died and where she acceded the throne, which was Sandringham. And he's doing the same at Balmoral. So very private, just church, that's it. We've got, of course, Harry and the other royals who are London-based were at Windsor, where she is, of course, buried. And then William and Kate are in Wales, and they're going to be undertaking a whole series of engagements there, starting off with a church service in memory of her.
You mentioned Harry. Harry has traveled, of course, from California to the UK for the annual Well Child Awards and reportedly paid tribute to the Queen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do we know, will he be meeting the rest of the royal family? No, not at all.
So he would have met some royals at Windsor because a lot of the royals were gathering at St. George's Chapel. There might have been a private service there. That was all very private. But the big elephant in the room is, was he meeting the King? Was he meeting his immediate family? His king and the King and his brother William. No, and he talked about the Queen looking down on everyone at the Well Child Awards, and he talked about happy everyone is together. But of course, he is not together with his family. And let's face it, in the last year, you've had Netflix, you've had the memoir, you've had all those interviews. I can understand it. And it's also a weird time. I mean, this is a memorial, really, tribute for the Queen. Do you really want to have a family gathering to talk about angst at the same time? Yeah. So I think there are plenty of opportunities coming up, and that's kind of the hope down the line.
Okay.
Sticking with Harry and Meghan, Patricia, they were spotted at the LA Beyonce concert this past weekend. She's going to be joining him at the Invictus Games. What is the latest there?
Okay, royal celebs. I mean, Meghan rocked the silver theme on those concerts. Harry less so. I think he wasn't as enthused about the silver theme. Yeah, so that is like part of their life, and it's a big part of their life. But now, of course, they're going over. The Invictus Games start tomorrow, and we're really going to see Harry up front. He adores this. He founded this. He loves this competition between wounded veterans. And we're seeing a very much reduced role for Meghan compared to previous games. She's coming over only for part of it. She's not, as far as we know, giving any big speeches like she did before. So it's very much promoting the athletes, the veterans, and Harry.
Okay, now let's go from Harry to his brother, William, and talk about this past year for him. The succession to Charles has been quite smooth, relatively speaking.
I think so.
How do you find Will and Kate handling all of this?
So I think that they've had the toughest time because he was the grandson of the monarch. So he was able to get away, spend time with his young family, spend time on his own causes. But now he's heir to the throne. That's a whole different ballgame. His father is 74, so for William, that means more travel, more foreign travel, more official engagements. And we really haven't seen a lot of that in the first year, and I think we have to, it's inevitable, that we're going to be seeing more and more of that, and him taking a far more prominent role in shaping the future of the monarchy, because of course he is the future of the monarchy.
Okay, we're going to have to leave it there for now. Patricia, thank you so much.
You're welcome.